Hi, I'm Stepp and I'm the founder and creator of Step Up Sales Training Solutions. And this is my story of how I got into sales. Of course, right out of college, I interviewed for a technology company. They hired me out of 200 candidates, so they said. And they gave me a virgin territory, which means there's no revenue in there. And my goal was to generate $300,000 a year. And of course, I'm thinking if they hired me out of 200 people, obviously I can do this. They saw something in me that can do this. And so I hit it. I started prospecting, doing meetings, calling on the right people. And on average, I probably was doing 12 or 15 meetings a week. A lot of phone calling, a lot of prospecting. And as you know, in a virgin territory, there's no revenue, so you got to do a lot of groundwork. Well, after 3 months, the national sales manager called me up. Here's what he said. He said, Stepp, let's review your numbers. He said, do you remember what your quota is? I said, yeah, it's $300,000. And I'm thinking, man, he's going to be so surprised that, the numbers that I've generated. And he said, well, let's review your numbers after 3 months. He said, to date, you have sold $297. Now, $297, I was never that great at math, but if you subtract $297 from $300,000, you still have $300,000, right? That's right. So I had three options then, and this was my defining moment. The first option that I'm thinking when the sales manager's telling me this, that I need to go find another job before I get fired. So that's work really hard, pretend I'm working, and then go find something else. Mm-hmm. The other option that I had that was important to me is, why don't I figure out what I'm doing wrong? Well, the only way I could figure out I was doing wrong is I needed to find a mentor. And the only guy that I knew that popped in my head at the time was a guy that I knew vaguely, and his name was Don. The only thing I knew about Don is he had gray hair, he drove a Mercedes, lived in a big house, and wore nice suits. That's all I knew about him. So I went up to him at a men's event I was at one time, and I said, hey Don, this is who I am. You don't know me. I'm in trouble. I'm in sales. I've got to get a better conversion rate and $300,000 in the next 9 months. Can you help me? And of course, people love to help people. And thank God he signed up, and we started meeting at Cracker Barrel every 2 weeks. And what was interesting about that is that he would not only just say, Stepp, how many appointments did you do? He would get really granular as to, Stepp, what was going on in those appointments? What were you doing in the lobby? When you entered that room, what did you look like? What were you wearing? How did you start? Did you start? Did they start? If you started, what did you say? What did they say? And after about probably 8 or 9 weeks of Don just grilling me, and at some takes, I have to be honest, some of the techniques he told me to do, honestly, I said, Don, that doesn't make sense to me. That's ridiculous. I'm not going to do that. And he said, well, why don't you look in your bank account and tell me if you're not going to do it. So I started doing what Don said just because he said to do it. And the only thing I knew is he was successful.
Right.
Success breeds success.
Yes, it did.
Well, here's the turnaround. In 9 months, because of Don's mentorship, I accomplished $300,000 in 9 months. And that set me on the track of doing sales and going into sales leadership in the technology arena. And my last job was a VP of sales and marketing. When I ended up getting laid off, when I got laid off, I decided I'm going to teach people to do better methods to get better results. And here we are with Step Up Sales Training Solutions.
Hi, my name is Ashton, and I'm a senior consultant with Step Up Sales Training Solutions, and looking forward to rocking it. Okay, so my background is since 95, after I finished college, I started working with an entrepreneur, basically a serial entrepreneur. And we started, and I managed 3 to 4 different companies, playing every different role from sweeping the floors to staff management, to hiring, firing, and budgets and QuickBooks and all that good stuff. And that led me into the technology industry, where I ended up starting a small computer business, and then got out of that with an interesting partnership dissolvement, and then bought into another computer company, which morphed into another technology company. And I sold both of those the last few years, but I've been in sales for the last probably 10 to 15 years. And other industries, insurance and investments and things like that. And so that's basically my background. And then Stepp and I met through a company I was doing some short-term work for. And I know you remember this one little story, but I went to his 3-day workshop, actually missed the first day. What I learned in the second couple of days, I went from, I was out making 6 proposals a week for this company, and I think I did 15 or 18 the very next week just by implementing one of the strategies that I learned from Stepp's program, our 3-day workshop. And then what was great about that, we kept in touch, and a few months later I wasn't working for that organization, and we had coffee and we started talking. And like a lot of people that have done sales for a lot of years or even own their own businesses, I've learned a lot of things. And Stepp said, have you ever thought about, doing what I do? And I said, oh, that'd be a dream job, to go out and teach other people to do what I've learned to do and I love to do, and I've been very successful at it. But it's even better to teach other people how to sell than have to go out and sell and meet quota and everything every week. So that was a fantastic meeting.
So if you're watching our YouTube channel, there's a lot of great content, same content that we're teaching our clients. We're going to teach you better methods and tactics for prospecting, meeting management, meeting facilitation, how to deliver proposals, how to keep an executive's interest. We're going to teach you how to negotiate better so you're not discounting those services. We're going to teach you how to handle customer objections in a way that will actually cause your sales to absolutely skyrocket. We're going to teach you a better way of thinking, how to manage your time, how to set goals so that you're tracking your success based on what it is that you want to get accomplished at the end of the year. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's a bell that you can click on that will set up the notifications, and you won't miss any of this great content.